Hello everybody, welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. With me, Flik. We're going to try for a Mega Satan kill that we don't have yet. So that's Forgotten, Lilith, The Lost, Lazarus, is that it? And Judas. The characters that are hard to do the normal, well, the new normal route because they don't have good HP. Let's give... I really don't like Lilith. I don't like any of the characters that we have left to do. I'll try Lilith, why not? If it's not a basement, we'll see what it's like. There's the seed, but for Mega Satan we want a good start, so maybe a bit of hold art start here just to try for these, to get these final unlocks done. BPBE 4Q 7P is the seed, for now. Possibly don't get used to it. We'll see what this first item room is, maybe see how the first floor goes, and then go from there. Gotta get back into the habit of not aiming with... Oh, that's Jacob's Ladder. That's very good. Oh wait, I can take both? Wow, that is a super rare item room. The item room where you get to choose between two items is rare enough, but the one where you get to keep both, that might be only the second time ever that I've seen it. No, now we get to play the fun game of me trying to remember how much HP Lilith starts with. I believe it's 1 red heart, 2 black hearts, so we're on 1.5 black hearts now. Or is it 1 red health and 1 black heart? No, I think she has 2 black hearts. Would have preferred not to get hit there, obviously. I underestimated or overestimated how much of a difference Jacob's Ladder would make to my damage. Okay, I see we're doing this. Curse of the Unknown. Those are staying down now, right? Yes, good. Okay, this is a promising start, but if we're going for Mega Satan, promising start doesn't necessarily mean anything. Because we still need to get a bunch of HP so that we can sacrifice it all so we can get the key pieces guaranteed. I guess another way of doing that would be to deliberately turn down a deal with the devil, try for natural deals with angel, which means we stay weak. Weak as a kitten? Is that something that's weak? Alright, well, at least we know there's an okay pill in our rotation, although it made the music go very strange. Jacob's Ladder, as far as I'm aware, doesn't do any like boosted damage. It just spreads your damage across basically all the enemies in the room, which is pretty nice. It's a shame that we're down to the doldrums of annoying things to do. Because I have plenty of things to talk about that I've been saving for Isaac episodes, but they're a bit harder to talk about if I'm having to concentrate on staying alive as a character is not very good. But we'll see what item we get here. Obviously, we want either a stat increase or HP. I know HP is a stat increase, but I mean, like, when I say stat increase, I mean more damage. We didn't get either. Oh, does Jacob's Ladder and range up and Loki's Horn make up for the fact we got bugger all from the boss? We can't go into a shot. Well, we can, but I don't have enough money to make it worthwhile. We're just going to go. Obviously, there was that half spirit heart there that we could have used. A burning basement? Really? I've got to walk away from the first deal with the devil. I've got to. Well, even if this one does go tits up, we're obviously still pushing on because as long as it's not past 20 minutes, I will keep going. So this has been, well, we're into September now, but starting very late August into September, I made the very foolish decision one day off of activating my free trial for Netflix. And you probably heard me talk about some of the various things I've watched in streams, etc., and videos that made it over to YouTube from streams. As a service, I think it's very good. It's got a nice selection of movies and TV shows that I was interested in. But it also encourages you to, like, I know TV does this in general, but kind of veg out and just keep watching stuff. And I didn't want to get involved with anything too long term. I haven't taken that leap into, like, Breaking Bad, for instance, because I know that's however many seasons. And it's hour-long episodes, I think, right? Across like 6 seasons, so that's a big time investment, so I'm like, don't get into that. But then I started watching the damn various Marvel TV series, and they're all interconnected, and they're all hour-long episodes for like 11 to 13 episode seasons. So I've accidentally done much worse by giving them a chance. And they've not all been that, like, none of them have been terrible. I'll just say that off the bat. But there's a few that have been a kind of bit ho-hum. I don't know what that feather does. I don't know what the gold magnet horseshoe does either. I'm going to go to the item room first just to see what we have to play with. So, like, I started with Daredevil Season 1. That was very good. Well, I don't mean I literally started watching on Netflix. The very first thing I watched on Netflix when I activated the free trial was Season 3 of Rick and Morty, because I hadn't seen it. And it was very good. I liked it. But eventually, after watching Stranger Things, which was fantastic, everybody should watch Stranger... Ooh, money equals power. Everybody should watch Stranger Things, because it's an amazing bit of television. It can't even really be called television, can it? Because it was never on TV. It's on a digital distribution service exclusively. What a weird new form of media, or new form of like distribution of media that we have. Haven't got around to watching Season 2 yet, because I got too deep into the bloody Marvel stuff. Started with Daredevil Season 1. It's very, very good. I liked it a lot. I like the guy who plays Daredevil. He's very, very good. He must have had training for this to like give the impression that he is blind. Because he isn't really. And I know within the show, obviously, Daredevil has extrasensory things, so it doesn't matter that he can't see. But I mean, the look of it, the way he treats the world, the way he doesn't look at anybody when they're talking, etc. Like, the slight hunch he does to listen more. Like, everything, like, he must have been trained. Or spent time around actual blind people to see, like, the manner in which they interact with the world. And he does it really well. So yeah, I liked it. I liked the lawyer stuff that was mixed in. And there was a sufficient amount of action and explosions, which was a bit of a sticking point with other series, but I talked about this on stream. I forget what we were playing at the time, but TV shows obviously don't have the budget of the big Marvel movies, even if they've got Netflix money. That's still not a crap ton. Dingo, please. But with Daredevil, he's essentially Batman, because it's kung fu fighting. That's all it is. It's nighttime kung fu fighting. So that is cheaper than all the CG required to show off, for example, Bulletproof Man, which is Luke Cage, and like Super Strength, which is Jessica Jones' thing. But I did give Jessica Jones Season 1 a try. I didn't think it started particularly strong, and it ran way too long. But overall it was okay. David Tennant as a baddie is fun. And this is probably something that if you aren't British, not even just European, if you aren't British, you might not be aware of this. There was I know it's going to lower damage, but oh, I don't have a key. I was going to go buy a Spirit Heart, but we need the HP more, but it doesn't matter because we can't get it. Yeah, in the UK only, as far as I'm aware, there was a one-off TV drama starring David Tennant where he played an obsessed stalker, which is essentially what he is in Jessica Jones as well. It's just he also happens to have, alright, no keys. He also happens to have mind control powers. But he essentially played the same thing in a one-off TV drama. And as far as I'm aware, that was never put on DVD or anything like that, because it was a one-off thing, either towards the end of his time as the Doctor from Doctor Who, or maybe like a little bit after. So he was very popular because of how well he did in that. And I guess spoilers for how that show ended, because you'll never see it. I don't even remember what it's called. I watched it on a whim back when I watched TV. The lady he was obsessed with fakes her death and frames him for it, and that's how she gets free of him. Okay, well, given that we have money equals power, that's not bad. I'm going to look at the deal and walk away. Oh, I also totally forgot to use my spacebar item at all. Got to get on that, but I'm too busy talking. So let's see. Yeah, Jessica Jones Season 1. It's probably worth watching. There's nothing wrong with the lady who plays her, but the character of Jessica Jones is utterly unlikable. So great. A room full of amnesia pills. So I couldn't get behind it in that sense. It's just she isn't at all likable as a character, so don't feel any empathy for her much. And that's her whole thing, though. She's just like, she's a hard drinking asshole, but that's not good viewing to me. I'm not far into Season 2 yet, so I don't know if she improves much. Also, it's very distracting how pointy the actress's nose is. Makes her look like my Dark Souls 2 character. Dark Souls 3, rather. But let's see, there's a bloody chronological order you have to follow into... Oh, god damn it. Abaddon is my ticket to being able to play Sacrifice Rooms, so I have to. We don't need Contract for Below or whatever the hell it is. This gives us enough to play the room, we've just got to find the room. So there's a chronological order. I think I followed it almost correctly. So it was Daredevil season 1, which was very good. Jessica Jones season 1, which was nah. Then after that, it was Daredevil season 2, which wasn't as good because Elektra is not nearly as interesting as Wilson Fisk as a villain. Pseudo villain. The Hand in general are not particularly interesting. It's a ninja cult, if you aren't aware. It was a bit more comic booky though, and the Punisher. Too much of Daredevil season 2 feels like an advertisement for the Punisher series, and because it was so much of an advertisement, I haven't watched the Punisher series yet, kind of as a silent protest. It's like there's so many moments with him in Daredevil season 2 where it's like you're selling the Punisher series spin-off that you're doing. Got nothing against the guy who plays him. I liked him in The Walking Dead. He's very good as the Punisher. Definitely looks the part, fits the part. But because maybe at the time it wasn't known that he was getting his own season. Knew he was getting his own season, so there was things that definitely wouldn't have happened to him in the season of Daredevil he was in. So it kind of spoiled it a little bit. It's like, oh, of course he's going to get away and he's going to find his trademark costume or something like that. You knew all these things were going to happen because he has a spin-off. He's gonna get some answers, but not all the answers, so he has something to look for in his own season. That kind of crap. So that part of season 2, that plus Elektra being incredibly annoying, was the weak points of Daredevil season 2. But I still enjoyed it. Like, the Daredevil seasons are definitely the best of the bunch by a long shot. Far more interesting stuff going on, far more likable characters, and a lot less of... Well, it might also just be slight bias, because as I say, Daredevil's essentially Batman. I know he's not rich, but gotta look for a sacrifice for him. He's essentially a crazy person who puts on a costume to fight crime. And he does it with kung fu. That's his shtick. Now then, no sacrifice for him again. We're gonna have the same problem we had when I was doing that run on stream. Oh wait, was it on stream? Ooh, a cube of meat or a ball of bandages is very good as Lilith. Getting kind of like all the stuff we want as Lilith here. Mongo Baby shots are a little bit too far away. It's kind of like my month in review of Netflix, so that's the only thing I have in mind to talk about, so if that does not interest you, this is probably going to be one of those ones where your eyes kind of glaze over. Don't worry, I get those too. But after Daredevil Season 2, I think it was Luke Cage Season 1. A lot of these series, they all have the same problem, where the first 2 episodes are kind of boring because they're having to set the scene. They're introducing you to the cast of characters that you're going to be spending 12 episodes with. So, Luke Cage Episode 1, most of Episode 2, kind of boring. After that, it got good. It's definitely, it's got a much different style to Jessica Jones. Like, each one of the Marvel TV shows, that's what you can compliment them on, and that's probably why the next thing I watched after Luke Cage, which was Defenders, which is kind of like the crossover series, a lot of people consider that to be very weak, and I think I know why. Because the action is better in Defenders than the rest of them, because I guess they put a bit more money into it. They had actual talent on, like Sigourney Weaver. Although Carrie-Anne Moss is in the Jessica Jones series. It's the first thing I've seen her in since the Matrix films, and she's aged gracefully, and I thought she was very good. She plays a lesbian lawyer with like an ironclad personality. Morally ambiguous and very stern, and she plays it well. I forgot what got me into that topic of conversation. Oh, right, yeah, Defenders / Luke Cage. Oh, right, yeah, and the different styles each show has. Like, Daredevil has the Batman thing going on. Jessica Jones is a bit more like dirty noir grime. They're not afraid to constantly show sex, for instance, although it was quite funny when Jessica Jones, because Luke Cage is in the first... Well, he's in a few episodes of Jessica Jones. When they first discovered they both have powers, it's like, oh, she's super strong and he's indestructible, and they realise they can both go all out on each other without risk of hurting each other. So they just have like incredibly wild sex. And it's funny, but they just keep on showing it over and over. It's like, come on, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So yeah, that's definitely, as far as like, I would say in terms of violence, Daredevil still probably has the most violence, and it's got a lot of torture in it. Gangsters getting tortured, Daredevil getting tortured, it's just everyone getting tortured. But the sex is played up most in Jessica Jones. And then Luke Cage has definitely got that black culture thing, which I hope it got a lot of respect for, because to me it seems to have captured it very well. Obviously I've never been to Harlem, but it seems like it treated the community with respect. So I certainly hope it didn't have any kind of blowback from that. And honestly, TV probably needed something like that. I like the Nick Cage, different character, Luke Cage, same surname though, unrelated. I like that Luke Cage is very much about his history, and he keeps on trying to talk sense into all these young people who want to get into crimes. So he's got a heart of gold, but it did get a little bit tiring that he's constantly like, oh, it's not my problem, I don't want to do anything. I get that he has to have a character flaw. Every hero has to, because that's what makes it interesting, but it gets grating when he's constantly like, nope, nothing to do with me. I'm superhuman, but I'm just gonna like be over here and wash dishes. Nothing to do with me. I'm Luke Cage. So I'm glad it kind of wrapped that up towards the end, although not fully, because obviously you've got to have Luke Cage Season 2, which I haven't watched yet, because I believe like after Defenders, it's Jessica Jones Season 2 and then Luke Cage Season 2. I think. Oh, but to finally wrap up this conversation, Defenders, it had none of the personality of any of the individual series, because they're all so disparate in tone that you can't have the sex focuses Jessica Jones with the comic book vigilantism of Daredevil, with the black culture of Luke Cage and whatever the hell Iron Fist is. You can't have all that mixed together successfully, so it kind of just it made them all a bit too bland, and I imagine that is what most people had an issue with as far as Defenders goes. Just it was way too bland compared to each part individually, and that's the way it came across to me. I still enjoyed it. I thought it was good, but I did see that it was blander and didn't have the flavour of each of the series that the characters representing it were from. So if you were very into one individually, you would have been disappointed by the collection. I skipped Iron Fist altogether because I don't care about like white boy weeb fantasies, which is what it comes across as. So the only experience I have with Iron Fist, the guy who plays him, is in the Defenders series, and he's very bad. But not like the actor's fault, I mean the character is just a pain in the arse. Don't like him at all. So I have no intention of caring or watching Iron Fist, because I think that should have been before Defenders. Well, yeah, it must definitely have been before that. Didn't make a difference, not interested at all. I think that's probably the worst received one out of the lot anyway, and I can see why. Don't get a choice there. We should probably start thinking. Oh, we do have a choice. I'm sitting on a Perth Rorin, you moron. You're gonna give me Maw. God damn it! I can't resist Maw. No way, no how. I've already been in here. That was stupid. I'm focusing too much on what I'm saying rather than what I'm doing. The curse is real. But honestly, that's me done as far as the Marvel stuff. But you've got to understand, all these series I'm talking about, like 11 to 13 episodes, an hour long each, they've eaten into too much of my time. Way too much. I've fallen down a rabbit hole that I didn't realise was so large, and now I'm struggling to get back out. Although thankfully, after Jessica Jones Season 2, Luke Cage Season 2, that's me caught up and done. If there is a Daredevil Season 3, I'd watch that. Well, it's guaranteed deals. I could now probably start forcing Angels. I probably would watch another series of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage as well. I'd have them around. I want them spaced out more than I've been watching them at the moment, though. For sure. But it's nice that I was able to watch all these things on, well, technically for free, because I'm still, well, not technically, literally, because I'm still on my free trial. And I've already watched so many things. And originally when I started talking about this topic of conversation, the thing I wanted to bring up was that I haven't just watched things that have been well received, like most of the Marvel series, as far as I'm aware, have been well received. I also went out of my way to watch something I knew going in was very bad, because I had to know. I wanted to see with my own eyes whether it's as bad as everyone has said. No, they were right. They were so right. The thing I'm talking about, I want to see if you can guess. It is a movie, not a TV series. It has been rebooted multiple times. And it is the sequel to the middle reboot. So do you know what I'm talking about? I am talking about The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The second one with, what is that guy's name? Andrew something. It's Andrew Garfield. Is he named after that lasagna-loving cat? Yeah, I watched the second one with him. And that was an experience, because obviously I've seen Homecoming, which is Marvel's direct attempt at doing a Spider-Man movie, and it's pretty much spot on, as you would expect. What the hell were they thinking with Amazing Spider-Man 2? It isn't even just that it's like it's boring or anything like that. It's like everything is wrong. Why is the opening scene of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 Peter Parker's father doing spy shit on a plane trying to kill an assassin? It's so strange. And then they randomly bring in the guy from Chronicle, I think it is, to play Norman Osborn. And he's evil at the drop of a hat. And also, he, within the course of the film, which presumably takes place over a couple of days, he's told he has the disease that killed his father, and that it's going to kill him, and it progresses fast enough that it's going to kill him within days, even though his father lived to be, what looks like at least 60. So it doesn't make any damn sense. Then you have, not Wesley Snipes, what's the name of the guy who played Shocker / Electro? Very similar names, and I always get them confused. I'm blanking on it. Like, I heard going in that he had stupid reasons for hating Spider-Man. That was slightly missold to me. I think it wasn't that he hated Spider-Man for getting his name necessarily, because he reminds Spider-Man, he's like, oh yeah, I remember you, you were the guy I helped with the blueprints. And he's like, yeah, that was me. But then he gets distracted and he becomes jealous of Spider-Man's notoriety because he's not noticed by anybody and he doesn't like this. So that part I didn't agree with. It was a little while ago that I watched it now, so I can't think of other specific examples. But I got it. And he is a terrible villain in it. Not nearly as stupid as Norman Osborn, though. What was the other thing? Well, it would be spoilers to really go into it, but honestly, they're not ever going to do a sequel to The Amazing Spider-Man. It was not well received, with good reason. So I am going to talk about like the very end of it. Well, nearly the very end of it. So if you care, skip ahead for like 30-40 seconds. Okay? Good. While he's fighting Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, Gwen Stacy for some reason falls into like a steampunk era clock tower, which just like it's just there in New York with gigantic comically oversized gears that are all grinding around, and she keeps on falling. Everything she stands on just keeps on falling for some reason. I mean, the place is getting destroyed because Spider-Man's fighting Green Goblin, but still. She then falls, and Spider-Man falls with her to try and catch her. He fails, and then he uses his web to grab her, and he sticks it to her stomach, and then when the line goes taut, it's with so much force that he actually accidentally kills her by breaking her spine. And this is a thing that happened that we're supposed to feel emotionally invested in. So Spider-Man technically murders Gwen Stacy when there's a million other things he could have done to stop that from happening. Just for instance, they're both falling at the same speed. He fires his web shooter past her, hits the floor, pulls himself on it to get extra speed. Oh, bugger, we only have one key. Maybe he can push himself down onto the ground because he can land without any fear of breaking his legs. And then catch her. Or do what he does multiple times earlier in the film. Shoot past something. Like earlier in the film there's like a... I can't remember if it's a helicopter or a car. And he shoots a web that catches it. Like it just goes past and forms into a web. There's a ton of other ways he could have saved her. But they chose to make him safer in a manner which, like, Peter Parker isn't dumb. I know he's kind of dumb in the Marvel version because he's just a kid. There's a slightly older Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man films. He isn't going to do something that murders his girlfriend. You know, I know you could argue, there's no sacrifice for him either. Like, maybe he wasn't thinking in the moment, but it's just, he wouldn't do the things he's doing. It's not the, oh, that was a lot of small bombs. That's not the way it works. And this is an experienced Spider-Man, so he's not going to do something stupid. Surely he's caught people falling from things before. So he would know not to do what he did. So it's stupid things like that, and Harry Osborn is definitely the worst part. I don't particularly dislike the actor, although he is definitely going to be typecast as playing weird, edgy, evil people for the rest of his life, just because he has that look. Got a free Algis. But yeah, damn, that was bad. It's almost worth watching, especially if you have Netflix, because, hey, you might as well watch it for free, technically. Free with an asterisk. It's worth watching just because of how bad it is, I feel. Just, I don't know what they were thinking. There's also very little Spider-Man in the movie. It's mostly Peter Parker sulking and looking at the secret life his father had. Which doesn't really pan out to anything, really, now that I think about it. Oscorp was using his research to research mutated spiders? That's really surprising to me, the one who has the powers from that thing. Everything does not make sense with that film. I don't know how it was created in the manner in which it was. But my god, no wonder they were like, shit, after this mess, we've got to give it back to Marvel. Marvel? Marvel! And see if they can do better and then emulate them going forwards. Ah, Sonny, never change. Well, actually, please do, because you're terrible. But never change. It would have shown me a sacrifice room, right? We ain't gonna get it. We ain't gonna get the angel deals required at this rate. We're too deep in. Unless we get 2 very lucky runs for that kind of thing. Oh, would help if I doubled up all my damage, etc.'s. Bam, 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 bam. I kind of along the same track, I also watched both the Michael Bay Turtle movies. I don't think they were bad. Oh, I've gotta. Yeah, we ain't getting Mega Satan on this run. The first one, it tries a little bit too hard to be edgy. The turtles don't look good at all. The movie itself, I didn't think was terrible. The second one was full comic book cheese. It felt like the 80s cartoon, for better or worse. Like, after the tone of the first one, it's like you're being turned 180 degrees so sharply, just in terms of tone, that I could definitely see people being irritated. And Bebop and Rocksteady were fun. It did kind of feel like how much crap from the 80s cartoon can be fit into this one movie. Bebop, Rocksteady, bring Shredder back. Let's have Kang, because people remember him, although he was definitely the worst part of the movie and should not have been in it. He also shouldn't have been as goofy as he was. There's no backstory to him at all. He's just an alien dude who is there trying to get to Earth for reasons. And that's it. Ah, crap. Gonna need that abundance back. Where was that? Oh, the other side of the floor. I just got rid of the curse. If you're after something that emulates the stupidity of the 80s cartoon, watch the second one. It's like called Out of the Shadows or something. Don't know. If you want something that's a bit more close to tone to the Turtle movies from like the super early 90s, the first one is kind of there. I still think the old movie from the late 80s, early 90s is better. Not the sequel or the third one, definitely never the third one. But yeah, that original Turtles movie from way back when, it holds up. So does the look of the Turtles, honestly, even though they're big rubber people. They look too weird. I like that they tried to give the Turtles more character in terms of how they look. Like, they're not all uniform. where the only differentiating thing is what colour headband they decide to wear. Looks like Michelangelo's the youngest one, so he's a bit more... He's shorter than the rest of them. He's not got as much swollenness, because in general they're just much swoller for whatever reason. Donatello's a bit of a nerd, so he's not as well built. Raphael thinks he's a tough guy, so he's really put on bulk. And Leonardo's kind of in the middle. So I like that. Very distracting though. Michelangelo, whoever's voicing him, he's a little bit too Michael Jackson. He's channeling a little bit too much Michael Jackson to the point where it was very distracting once I noticed. Now you can never rewatch the films if you had any reason to, which I'm sure you didn't. Now that I've told you that, because you will not be able to unhear it, and especially in the sequel, Michelangelo talks a lot, because that's his thing. So, apologies if I've ruined Michael Bay's Turtle movies. I don't like Michael Bay's movies, especially the Transformer ones after the first one, which was okay. But yeah, those Turtle movies, they weren't as bad as I'd heard. They certainly weren't as bad as The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is... It's one of the most confusingly bad things I've ever seen. Although keep in mind, in general, I don't watch a lot of movies. I might do now, if I stick with Netflix after my free month wears out. But yeah, it was confusingly bad. There's plenty of bad films. It's just, I don't know why they thought that was what people wanted from a Spider-Man movie. It just seems way off base. It's not even like a thing where, oh, they're going to appeal to the new generation of kids as opposed to people who remember the old movies or the old games or the old whatevers. Like, it's not that at all. It's one of those situations where if you ask, who is this movie for, the answer is a shrug. And that's bizarre when you're dealing with a franchise or a character that plenty of people like Spider-Man is super popular even today, well, especially today with what's his name doing it in the Marvel movies. What is his name? Andrew Garfield is the Amazing Spider-Man ones. Homecoming, Civil War, that is... Oh god, what is his name? I was going to say Tom Hardy. That's not right. That's the dude who played Bane, isn't it? Nah, blanking on his name. I had it. It was right there, but now I can think it's Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy. It's not Tom Hardy. Damn, that's going to annoy me. Not going to annoy me enough to go Google it. Maybe. It is tempting. No, I can't. His name will come back to me. I should have opened that. Just got to give it some time. Tom Holland. It was Tom something. That is it, right? Tom Holland. It was Tom something. That's why I got stuck on Tom Hardy. I got there in the end. Jera. A perthrow rune against... Well, I don't have enough keys is the problem, but... Well, if I want to fight It Lives at full power... There is a battery on the floor, never mind. I'll go back for it, because the matriarch is pretty tanky. Irritatingly so. Okay. We got ourselves some more speed and damage, not too shabby, although we're definitely too fast. It's a shame about all these runes we're having to leave behind. I should look for a sacrifice room. I forgot that it's a double floor. It's possibly too little too late, because we can't generate any health, it's just what we find, and we haven't found shit. Ow. Thank you for giving me back half of that. We don't need more shops, because I ain't spending my money, because we need it for our damage. Instant regret. Well, we have our charge. Two Jera runes. I think we're just going to have to say we ain't getting Mega Satan unless I get Dad's key on the chest, but at the same time, I need 16 keys. Or the trinket. The Master of Unlocking. And give it the 0.13 damage, every little helps. Let's go fight It Lives. Ooh. I mean, really I should use that rune just to make sure I take no damage on It Lives. But if we're not doing Mega Satan, the run is not like 100% necessary. It's just a run that will finish. I get hit again there? I was still flashing invincibility, that's why I didn't move. Get destroyed. Goodbye. Of course it's Krampus. In a small room no less, which is the worst. But now he's dead. Good riddance. At least we got a lump of coal. Maybe should have taken the alges, because again I don't have enough keys to make use of 2 Yera runes, rather. But we're going to get a bunch of runes just from clearing rooms, so we'll probably end up getting another one. They're fairly common. A purity rune to get rid of the curse would be very nice as well. Wish I had a charge for this. He was scared, so he didn't go to where he was originally going to jump. Hey, damage before he hit the ground. Nice. Goodbye. Oh no, I'm very light. This is a bad room. Oof. That's 1 key to bring us to 3. No, I shouldn't do this. I need the keys, assuming I can get to the chest. I have kind of cashed out of the run, I'll be honest about that. Now that I know Mega Satan ain't happening, it's just a run. Yeah, I'm not where that foot landed. Bye. Volcano. Well, that's a bit of damage to clear a room quicker, I suppose. But I went totally the wrong way, surprise, surprise. We have an abundance of bombs, oh. He is not the champion type that takes damage even when he's down, which is what I thought he was. Wait, I took that heart. Oh, I got Dark Bomb from Cambion Conception. Nice. Okay, did I leave hearts back here? This is not where I came from. Did I leave hearts in here? This is also not where I came from. Where the hell did I come from? Red hearts? Good clubs. Don't need that. Of all the things to get given by Cambion Conception, it was Dark Bomb, the thing I wanted. Well, silently wanted, I guess. If I want the run to keep going. If you aren't aware, Cambion Conception, the thing that Lilith starts with, after you take a certain number of hits in total across the run, it gives you a random familiar. Forever. I think it's like you have to take 10 to 15 hearts. That can't be 15. Maybe 10 hearts worth of damage. The sacrifice room would have facilitated Cambion Conception as well. Of course, now we're getting no red hearts. C'est la vie. Please don't spawn. Every bit of damage I've taken on this floor is a result of enemies who spawn on you or who hit you before their animations finish. Ooh, nearly. Got a key. Hey, an alga's rune. Now I just need to find the boss. Blow those up as well. We came from here. I'm totally lost. Red hearts no longer exist. They were abolished. That helps. This is where I started. And a dead end this way. It's got to be north then. No, we're in here though. Ah, okay, well. We are going to go back for those because we need them. I forgot to double up. It's okay, I'll just outlast this fight by quite a distance. Oh, if the delirium fight opened, thankfully it didn't. Just, I need to work out how the hell to get... Well, one Jera rune. But one Jera rune could be two, though. This is a new room. It's bloody dangerous, too. It looks like I'm bottom right. Sorry, bottom left, I mean. Kinda glad for my speed there. It sounds like Darbomb picked up a heart, too. Okay, well that covers that. Thank you. Oh, and he dropped... Wait, he dropped... There's a sacrifice room. That's just a kick in the teeth. Another room for my speed with an advantage. No, keep Rotten Penny. Whatever the hell that does. Ooh, there's little bombs there. That was close. Did I always have little... Yeah, oh yeah, I remember picking up little hunt. I thought that was Camping Conception as well, but no, I remember taking it. You keep summoning friends and I'm going to do the same thing, and mine are stronger. At this rate, rune bag would be quicker to just pay it with another damn Jera rune. To save me trying to find the ones, yeah, that I left. It was not what I'm after. No, doesn't work on this floor. Ah, this is the room that had the mega fatties? Yeah, okay, perfect. Kind of a roundabout way to get back, but that's okay. It was left here? Yeah. Okay. We only have 3 keys, so the fact that I'm going to make all these chests is irrelevant. But if we get Dad's key, we're in a small shot. Evil shot, I don't even remember what it does. Like scares them, maybe? Ace of Hearts. We can make use of that if we can scatter some... Can I change my scatter bombs to hearts? Ugh, doesn't work. That should have worked though, right? It's items on the floor. We need lots and lots of keys, please. Varco's Veins will be interesting with Jacob's Ladder. It only kicks in if I get hit, though. So many chests. So little time. If we find Blue Baby, I'll just go in and try it. No point farming rooms for keys. Dog, you better have just farted and nothing else, because that stinks. Yeah, she's behind me and she farted. It's not her fault. She had her butt poked by a vet today. Very traumatic experience, I'm sure. It sucks that there's a chance that inside one of those chests, Dad's key's just in there. I don't think with 2.5 HP I would have been able to do Mega Satan. It was just such a long goddamn fight. But knowing that we could have had maybe a shot at it if I just had a few more keys, or a lot more keys, or one particular trinket, that hurts a little bit. Huh, the same room again. Well, one key, one chest, Mr. Mega, Well, the scatter bombs, that does mean I could do a lot of damage to myself, mostly. From -1 luck, that kind of been helping. How long have we been on that? Oh yeah, I took a luck down pill, didn't I? Because we have one in the rotation for sure, so I must have learned that by using one. Oh. US does nothing on this floor. This is a room where if I'd let them hit me, I could have turned one Spirit Heart into multiple, thanks to Dark Bomb. Well, potentially. Almost at max damage from unequals power. Yeah, the small and fast ones. Nearly. Because he's firing at bullets when he lands, and they're coming out early for the animation he does where the hitbox is there before he is. Where is... I need to get rid of Little Horn because I can barely tell it's him. Nope, I got them. This could be it though. Not that it matters because it's not what we were after. We weren't after a win. We were after something more important, an unlock, and we ain't gonna get it. Which is a shame because I was looking forward to having the excuse for never needing to play as Lilith again. But sadly I've been denied. Oh, that's a new item. Jawbone Fetch. Of course she gave me ouches. So that, it does seem to be just another kind of trinket that kind of boomerangs to you. Oh look, it's the Forsaken Forgotten. Too fast for my own good. Whoa, did you see how fast it shot that surfing spider at me? Oh, that's an enemy spider. I thought it was a Sissy Longlegs one. Huh. No second secret room. Having a little bit of trouble seeing his shots because of how many of mine are filling the screen. Oh no, I think my own bomb hit me there. By the skin of my teeth I'd still managed to make it, but hollow victory because that's not what I was after. Either way, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you next time. Ta for now.